Hi everybody, Missy Lilji here with Happendance Moments. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the business of modern dance. So the theme today is that it has changed a lot. It's really interesting to see how a concert dance situation can be a lot about spending tons and tons and tons of hours rehearsing to go through that artistic process to get that humanity expression just right. And then you rely maybe on ticket sales as one revenue stream. And when you want to sell tickets to something, I don't know if you remember a few videos back, we talked about how the first and foremost point of concert dance is not to entertain the audience. So if you're trying to sell tickets to something that is not necessarily intended to be entertaining to the audience, that's a tough business model. So about 100 years ago, 120 years ago and more, these art forms were really on the based on benefactors. So you would find somebody who had extra money, who found meaning and joy and satisfaction out of what these artists were doing, and they would pay for things. They would pay for that person to create their works. In the middle of the 20th century, it became a core value of the federal government to the point where a national endowment for the arts was created, and that's federal money. And for a long time, there was quite a bit of money that was available. So artists could apply for that money. They could be paid to spend lots and lots of time working on their innovations and furthering their craft without trying to sell it to anyone so much. Creating art for art's sake, for the expression of humanity and nothing else. And they would show their work and maybe sell a few tickets. But if it weren't for those NEA grants, they would always lose money. So today, the endowment has been chipped away to a point that today it is a tiny fraction of what it once was. So people who are able to support themselves with their art have had to find ways to commercialize it, to sell their brand, to get maybe a group of benefactors together to donate to their cause. And so now you see business models like ALE and ABT, where they have a robust school where students are coming there to study and they pay tuition. Also, they hopefully are getting picked up by some of those presenters and they're able to tour, which also brings in a good amount of revenue, in addition to writing grants and looking for benefactors as well. So professional concert dance today is really got to come from a diverse portfolio of revenue streams. So the business has changed a lot over time. And my wish and hope is that artists can become familiar with finance, with fiscal responsibility, with fundraising, with investing, so that they can learn how to generate their own type of wealth so that they can create their art for art's sake. I have a couple of friends who come to mind who work for a big theme park, and they are able to have pretty lucrative commercial contracts. And then they're able to work on funding their own concert jazz company. And they have a 501c3, they write grants, they ask for donations, and they sell tickets. But a bulk of their wealth is self-supporting, self-produced. And that kind of model, I think, is the future for the arts in this country. So, all right, thanks for joining me today. We'll see you next time.